welcome back to my channel. I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and were able to get away from all of the craziness that has been 2020 this year and really just spend some time enjoying the peacefulness of this time of year. It's my favorite December. I love everything about it. I am crazy about Christmas traditions. I'm very strict about them. I love all of them, and I love keeping all of them. And so I hope that it was for you as it was for me, just a time to reflect and a time to get away and a time to just enjoy my family and friends. Well, not really friends so much because, you know, social distancing, but for us, we spend a lot of time with family. And I hope that you were able to do that too. And then just to really remember the whole reason for Christmas and the birth of our Savior and all that that means for us. So it's been a couple weeks since I posted, and a lot has happened, a lot. So I'm going to try to get into it and try not to drag it out and make this like an hour-long video, but a lot has happened. So we're going to try to go through it as quickly as can and keep you guys updated as much as I'm able to. I think when we last, like 3 weeks ago was the last time that I posted, and we had just gone through a really disappointing court hearing where we were essentially told that because they don't have any legal cause to terminate, we were going to have to move forward with reunification for our 4 kids with their biological mother and with joint custody with a biological grandmother. Everyone that is a part of this investigation in this case agrees that their ability to take care of 5 children is not something that's a realistic or sustainable goal, but they can't prove it. So the thought was to gradually begin to transition the 4 children that are in our home back over. They already have the oldest son, who he's already living with biological grandmother and mom. He's actually doing very well in their care. It is just 1 child, so it makes a big difference. But they wanted to start looking at transitioning our kids starting in January. And then I, don't know how long that would take. But obviously something very devastating for my husband and I. We were told when we first agreed to take them, we took the 3 youngest boys first, and we were told when we agreed to take them that they were already free to adopt and that rights had been terminated. So we took them with that understanding. So finding out now that we've had them for 10 months in our home, that we were now going to have to say goodbye to them was very devastating. But then in addition, there's a lot of concern around reintegrating them back, and around mom and grandma's ability to be able to care for them the way that they needed to be cared for. So, and to clarify, we got the 3 boys first back in March, and then we got their older sister in July when her original adoptive family placement didn't work out. So we have 4 out of 5 of the siblings, and then the 5th one is like I said, back with biological mom and grandma. So the plan was to meet. So our court hearing was on a Tuesday. The plan was to meet 10 days later on the following Thursday. And it was going to be like the attorneys and the caseworkers and mental health professionals and myself and my husband, and the kids, CASA, their court-appointed social or special advocate. We're all going to be meeting to discuss transitioning them and kind of what that would look like, and then extended visits over Christmas. So we weren't even going to get to have them for Christmas, which was horrible. But so between the court hearing on Tuesday and the staffing that we were supposed to have that following Thursday, mom messed up. And obviously I can't go into the details, but she uh, she messed up pretty badly, and pretty much gave the court the justification for termination that they needed without even having to transition the kids. So it was kind of a shocker. I got a call the Wednesday before the staffing was on a Thursday. I got a call that Wednesday night, Wednesday night saying, hey, something's come up. I can't talk about it. It was from their caseworker. Said something's come up. I can't talk about it, but the staffing has been changed to a private staffing, and you're gonna have to wait. I'll call you when we get when we get through with the staffing and kind of let you know what's going on. But I can't talk about it right now. So that was a little bit disconcerting, to say the least, like to not know what was going on and to not, to be uninvited. I was really excited to be able to be a part of this staffing because it was the one time that I was going to get to have a voice in anything, because as foster parents, we don't have any rights or any like option or opportunity to talk, even though we're the ones with the kids, for the majority of the time, we don't get to talk. And so they had asked me to come to specifically speak on the kids and their attachment to us and all of that. So not getting to do that and not understanding why was not, it did not feel good, but found out later, what had happened with mom. And in fact, I got a call from the kid's attorney the same night saying, hey, we need you to take the oldest brother. Are you licensed yet to do that? And so the oldest brother had some special needs. Nothing that we aren't, able to handle, but we aren't licensed for special needs kids. So we are in the process of working through that and getting that taken care of. And we had been prior to any of this happening, because our intention was that if he ever came back into care, back into the system, that he never got separated from his siblings again. So we wanted to be licensed so that if anything happened, that we could take him. So we had been working on that, but we don't even get that license until we've been licensed for a year. So we won't be able to be licensed for special needs until March. Anyway, that's kind of a little bit of a rabbit trail, but we weren't able to take him because they were looking at removing him that Wednesday night. They decided not to do that because he was still technically in the care of his grandmother. Instead, have let mom know that she has to move out, and if she doesn't, then they will be removing him. But then Christmas happens, right? And so Christmas happens and everything stops. Everything stops. But the one thing that didn't happen was we didn't have to do any extended visits. We didn't have to do any overnight visits. And they all did come to the agreement that mom was going to be losing her rights. So everybody is on the same page with that now. Everybody understands mom's rights are going to be terminated, which changes everything for the grandmother, because prior to that, the grandmother has joint custody with mom, then she doesn't fall under the requirements of being a licensed caregiver. So like myself and my husband as a licensed caregiver, foster parents, there are specific trainings that we have to take in order to get licensed. There are specific like amount of extracurricular, extra education hours that we have to get every year. We have to prove that we are financially viable to take care of the children without like the money that we get in support. We have to prove that our home is adequate, has enough room. We have to have, separate bedrooms for different genders. We can only put so many kids in a certain room. Like there's a lot of rules. You have to pass the home study. You have to pass a finance study. You have to pass a background check. And so now that it wouldn't be a joint custody deal with mom, grandma now has to pass all of that as well. And there's some significant concerns about that being the case. So she does have the opportunity to try and adopt all 5, but she has to be able to prove, all the stuff that I just listed and the court has made it very clear they are not going to give her any additional time to get that done. So they're not extending this case out. Our kids have already been in care for almost 2 years, which is way longer than they should be without having permanency decided. So the trial is set for January 7th, which is next week, which is crazy. It was originally set for January 7th, and then we were told that it wasn't going to happen on the 7th. And then yesterday we got subpoenaed to appear to court to testify on the 7th. And so I'm still trying to look into that, because I have a feeling that the trial date will get moved. They're supposed to staff again on Monday to find out what needs to happen. Like I said, with the older brother, where grandma's at with her license, whether or not mom actually moved out, like all of this stuff has to happen, and they've got to like regroup after the Christmas and New Year holiday, and they're supposed to be doing that on Monday, and then determining, you know, when they actually want to go to trial and what they're going to do with kind of the older brother. Those are the two things that they're still trying to figure out. So I would not be shocked if next week we find out that the trial has been pushed back, but it won't be pushed back by a significant amount of time. Like the things that I have found out is that CPS, there's a new supervisor involved with this CPS case, and she is determined that, you know, this has gone on long enough. These kids have been in limbo long enough. We've been dragging the foster parents around long enough. Like, they thought they were going to get to adopt, and you know, everything's going backwards on this case, and we're done. So now that we have legal cause to terminate, they're not waiting any longer. So we'll see. I think I've shared in my other videos, this is our first fostering experience. Was not planning on our first case. Really, we really weren't expecting to get to adopt the first kids that we fostered. So we felt like we had really lucked out when we got our boys, because, you know, first of all, they're perfection. Like, they are just the most amazing kids in the whole world. But then just to be able to already find kids that were free to adopt and were just so incredible and so great and such a great match for our family. And the first time, you know, we thought we'd really lucked out. So, you know, 10 months later, and all everybody is telling us is, we've never seen a case like this. Cases don't happen like this. They are usually cut and dry, black and white. Like, this case is just the craziest thing we've ever seen, right? So that happens to be the first case that we are involved in. So we really don't have anything to base it against. We don't know if what we're going through is normal, or if what we're going through is just like the absolute weirdest, craziest, other than what people tell us. So yeah, so we'll see where we're at next week. I will for sure keep you guys updated, and we'll post again and let you know kind of what's going on. But you know, I don't know if it's fair to you guys to leave you in limbo, but I'm in limbo. So, you know, you can be there with me, but just not knowing what's going on and what's going to happen from day to day or week to week. But the reason that I started posting these videos was specifically because I was desperately looking for somebody who was doing the same thing that I'm doing now, right? And as was posting as their journey happened, instead of posting at the end, right? So of course I am dreaming about getting to post my adoption day videos for you guys, and getting to show you my kids' faces. And I just, oh God, I cannot wait. I cannot wait till I get to show off how beautiful my children are and how absolutely perfect they are. But I didn't want to wait until that day before I started. First of all, because details escape you the farther away that you get from them. And so I wanted to be able to post these and have these available to go back and remember, or go back and refresh my memory. And then also for those of you who might be going through something similar, to know you're not alone. It is a crazy crazy ride, this whole fostering thing. And it's definitely, I think, harder this year because of the lack of ability to meet up and to get to know other foster parents, and people kind of pretty much just have been in their cocoons, right, with the people that they're familiar with. And so we have found it exceptionally hard to make friends or to find a support community within the foster care community, because we got our kids the week before the state shut down for COVID. So like we haven't had that opportunity. And so for those of you who are in the same boat, like we can be community together. That's kind of what I have found YouTube to be, just watching the different videos that foster parents have posted. So let me be that to you. And if you guys are going through something similar or just want to talk or chat, then please post in the comments below. And I would love to hear from you, hear your thoughts, hear your similar experiences. For those of you, with more experience in the foster care system, if you've been through something similar or have any advice that you want to give, please for sure post that as well. That's where we're at. I feel like I blew through that really, really quickly, but I don't want to take too long. So I'm gonna say goodbye for today, but I hope you all have a very happy new year. I hope that you are able to just come with hope and excitement into the new year. Some people, I think, are approaching it with a sense of dread, like 2020 was bad. How bad is 2021 going to be? But don't lose hope in that, and remember, who our Savior is, and who we have hope in, and who we have faith in, and who we have trust in. And that's all I have for you right now. Happy New Year, and I will talk to you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye.